Hello there guys, and welcome to another Zenonzard set review. So, today we're going to be going over Beyond. Now this is a smaller set, thankfully. Reviewing 150 cards or so in one video makes my voice hurt and my throat dry as fuck. So, let's just get on, bash these out, and yeah. So, I'm assuming every colour is going to have this, or something similar. Giving something charge on your next thing can be really, really powerful if this is played later on in the game. The downside to that is you need to kind of hold this in your hand until it's useful, like later in the game, which actually makes it quite difficult to use properly. And in general, I think it's just kind of surpassed by a lot of the stuff in Evolve anyway. But it's definitely not bad. And again, it's better than the base set stuff, obviously, but also epic, lol. Okay, 1-drop. Second one, your minions receive plus 100 BP for each token minion on your field. This could be good, but for one, it ain't bad. I'll say for one, it definitely ain't bad. Being able to just bash over stuff is not bad. But I'd be a lot more on board with this if it reduced something by 100 for each token. I think I'd be a lot more on board for that. So yeah, it's okay. Trash. Oh, 400 attacker for sucks. Second one of your opponent's minions 500 BP higher than we cannot block for the duration of this turn. This could be pretty useful, but yeah, this could be pretty useful. But the best red deck right now uses the reduce 2 mana, so you can play a 2 cost that just deals 600 BP, which is like strictly better than this basically. But this is definitely decent if you're not running that. 3 cost 3 1. When you retreat, you get a token golem. There are better turn 3 plays than this. Actually, well, you play this turn 2. The thing is, right? Like you could play this, or you could play the one that instantly generates a token, which is a little bit more versatile because it means you can get 2 attacks into a force. So I think I would play that over this, but this is definitely a reasonable option, and in a meta where the game is a bit slower, I think this will be better than the other one. Bollocks. Janus, Projector of Truth. When summoned, create a copy of another minion that is on the field, is not a token, and add to your hand. This again could completely swing into relevance depending on how important it is to just steal like a particular generic card that everyone's running that you just need to have, for example. This is definitely a really good card for sure, 100%. And other such words. 5 drop 4 2 charge. If you have a minion belonging to the demigod class on your field, it becomes a 6/3. So for 5, a 6/3 with charge, this can just close out the game. But you do need to have the demigod on your field, and I don't believe demigod is a very popular build of red at the moment, but obviously it could be. That being said, for 5, I don't know. I mean, by the time you're really looking to get the kill, I again think there are better options, but I don't think this is a bad card. 5 drop, 500 BP to one of your opponent's minions. I mean, there is a 4 drop that deals 600. So, yeah. Okay. Select one of your opponent's minions to lose 300 BP for the duration of this turn when attacking, and when retreating, get 2 tokens. So I do like this. I do like that versatility in being able to sort of hit over. This is effectively 900 BP. If your opponent only has like one big thing, but I don't know, man. I feel like I'd rather just Wallace. Okay, well that's red. Okay, so nothing overly spectacular. Okay, so when you place this in base, all your minions gain 100 BP for the duration of the turn. Probably not going to be very useful. Increase the base cost of magic cards your opponent's hand for 3 for the duration of the turn. This can be really good. This definitely can be really good, but it's very matchup dependent. So it'll be super dead in some matchups and really good in others. I'd say like if a format in this game ever exists, like in Hearthstone, where like it's choose 2, bring 3, choose 2, this could definitely be really good. when retreating, put one of your yellow minions with cost 6 or higher in the active state. This is probably really good later in the game. Just being able to get 2 big swings can just close out a game. Yep, it's probably really good. 3, select one of your minions to receive +2 and +1 DP. It's permanent, to be fair, so this could get... Basically, if your opponent can't immediately deal with that threat, it can completely go out of control and just win you the game. But if they can, this is a massive waste, so... I'm just going to not move my mouse. 4-drop 3-1 with swoop. Passive if you have a minion belonging to demigod class, this becomes a 5-2. So if you have a demigod, swooping with a 5-2 for 4, your opponent's turn is sick. If you don't have a demigod, this is okay. It's not bad. It gives you something to spend the mana on your opponent's turn as well. If you obviously you're running Phoenix. 5-drop 5-2. Whenever another minion enters your field, this gets +100. This is shit. The legendary 6-drop 5-2 swoop. When one of your opponent's minions cannot attack, block, or move until the end of your opponent's next turn. Ooh, that could be very spicy. That could just close out a game by itself. I definitely like this card. Depending on what your opponent's playing, if they just got one big thing and you just go nope. Or it can also just save you as well. Like, yeah, super good. 6-drop 6-2. When destroyed, turn one of your opponent's minions to their hand, and when retreating, put one of your yellow minions in the active state. I do like this because when it's destroyed, you're probably going to significantly disrupt your opponent's turn at that point. I do think this is pretty decent. And a 7-drop, all minions on the field trying to in his hand. This is a main only ability, so it kind of just ends your turn, which does suck, but I think it would be way too good at, if it was at flash speed, so I think this is a fair card. Pretty good. Okay, on to purple. Draw 1 card for each one of your opponent's forces that is destroyed. I think this is really quite good, because the odds of it being a draw 1 are very solid. And replacing itself just by going into your base is really nice. But then if 2 forces are destroyed, it's a draw 2, which is amazing late game. So yeah, I think this is really good. 2-drop 2-1. When destroyed, deal 1 damage to your opponent's forces. I think this is pretty decent. It's useful, depend on the deck though. 3-drop 3-1. When retreating, deal 200 DP to one of your opponent's minions. I mean, it gets around the Sphinx, but I'm not a massive fan. 3-drop, destroy one of your minions if you do draw 2 cards. I think this is good. And especially during your opponent's turn, if they're just going to try and, like, I don't know. Is that good in your opponent's turn? Yeah, if you just want to get rid of something you attacked with, just a plus. It's pretty decent. 4-drop 3-2 revenge. If you have a minion belonging to demigod, this becomes a 5-3. 5-3 revenge is pretty scary for 4. It seems pretty decent. Yeah. 4-drop destroy minions with cost 3 or lower. This is amazing. This is amazing. Because if you run the reduce spell, you can play this for 2. So early game, your opponent just, like, doesn't get anything. Yeah, great card. 7-drop legend. When someone discards the top 5 cards of your deck, whenever you discard a purple card from your deck, any when destroyed effects of that card will activate. If multiple discarded at once, I mean the first card's effect will activate, this effect does not stack. So this is clearly designed for that deck. It's just going to depend on how good that deck is, and you're getting your when destroyed abilities. It's kind of RNG. It's a bit too RNG for my liking in this game, because this game feels very much like a, you don't want to be relying on RNG. You want to kind of control everything yourself. It's very skill oriented. So yeah, not a massive fan of this card for that reason. If it was like a Hearthstone card or something, I'd probably be nutting. 7-drop 6-3. When destroyed, you can have token Revenant small into your field and deal a 3. Yep. And then when retreating, deal 400 BP to one of your opponent's minions. This is really quite nice because a 6-3 is super threatening. So your opponent is going to remove it. And a lot of the big decks at the moment will just destroy it. So if they destroy it, you get 3 tokens, which is just value in defending. Yeah, this is a really good card. 7 drop, retrieve 1 field minion from your trash and put it on your field. I mean, yeah, this is good. It lets you toolbox your whole discard pile, so that's really nice. Okay, on to green. Elven Swordsman, this minion cannot block, and one of your opinions with Pierce receives +1/+1. That could be very spicy. 1 drop, destroy minion with 400 BP or lower. This is in the rest state. This is really good. This is really, really good. 2 drop, put 1 of your green mana in the active state when retreating. Wow, that's really good. Because you can play this turn 2, then bring it back into base, untap another mana, play something else. That's really good. 2 drop, flash, reduce DP of 1 of your opponent's minions to 0 for the duration of the turn. This could be really nice for just like stopping you from dying, but probably not that good. 3 drop 3/1 during your main phase. Whenever you place a Demeat, draw 1 card. Don't like this at all. 3 drop, put 1 of your opponent's minions in all of their forces in the rest state. So when your force goes into rest state, it means you can't use the abilities of it. This is kind of wild. This is really good. Just turning off forces for a turn is pretty mental. 5 drop 5/2. This minion enters the rest state when it moves to your base, and when paying the mana cost 2 green cards, this is 3 green. Ooh. I don't know how good this is though, because like green ramps really hard, and you don't need that much mana. Like, if you can get this, like the way I see this like being really good is you get this out like super early. So like turn 3 or something, you get this on board, or turn 4, and then that means the next turn you slap your 9 drop big Pierce guy down. But if you get it any later than that, it's kind of shit. So I don't know. 6 drop 7/2 Pierce. If you have a mini belong to Demigod, this becomes a 9/3. That's pretty threatening. 9/3 is going to make it pretty difficult to remove for most things. So, but again, and you know the Pierce makes it hard to block. So yeah, and 3 means that it's killing the majority of forces in the game with 1 attack. So yeah, this is pretty scary. 7 drop 7/2. When attacking, put 1 of your opponent's minions or 1 of their forces into the rest state, and base on retreating, untap 2 mana. I feel like this is a little bit too expensive for that rest effect to be really useful. So probably not that good. Blue. The bonus ability is you can move 1 of your minions to base. Interesting. This gives you extra movement, kind of. So in the early game, this is really good because it means you can ramp up that initial mana super quickly. So yeah, I think this is really good. 1 drop, look at the top 4 cards of your deck, select 1 magic, reveal it to your opponent, add it to your hand. Depends on the number of magics in your deck, but this is probably quite good. When retreating, if you have 4 or fewer cards in your hand, draw 1 card. Probably not good because you don't have 4 or fewer cards in your hand generally. Reduces the basic cost of magic cards in your hand by 1. Nah, at that point I'm just running the force reduced by 2. 3 drop, move 1 of your minions into your base of the field and put in the active state. This is really good. I really like this. You can just store like some huge beastie and then just go whoop, there it is. That is pretty scary. 5 drop 5/1, infiltrate. If you have a minion, this becomes a 7/2. So again, if you've got the infiltrate on a 5 drop, it's not that scary because there are a lot of 5 drops in the game that will commonly be out. But yeah, this is still pretty scary. 5 drop, flash, move 1 of your opponent's minions 500 BP lower to their base in rest state. You can also choose to deal 1 damage to your opponent's life instead. Being able to just burn 1 can straight up steal games. But moving minion with 500 or less straight into mana is also really quite good. I think this card is only really good for the versatility, because if it was only one of the effects, it probably wouldn't be run. But I don't know, actually. That burn 1 is really good. I'm torn on it. 6 drop 5/2. You can place 1 blue field minion card from your hand into your base in the rest state. So it just gives you a mana, and it synergizes with the rest to be able to call that stuff out. But it is a 6 drop. Don't think this is that good. They drop 7/2 on your turn. All your minions are going to Merfolk, gain Infiltrate. That could be pretty scary. And when retreating, draw 2. Depends on how many Merfolk you got, but yeah, that seems pretty powerful. Yeah, this could just straight up steal games. So pretty good. White, you can choose one of your opponent's minions. That minion must block during this turn. That's pretty good. It lets you just you know, delete stuff you want to get rid of, as long as you got a big enough dude. 2 drop 2/1. When retreating, select one of your minions to prevent it from being as a target for your opponent's magic cards duration this turn. And not going to be. I don't think this is that good. 2 drop if your opponent's turn. All your minions forces enter the active state. Okay. 2 drop get back all your defenders. 2 drop Ouroboros. Yep, that's pretty wild. That's pretty good. 2 drop select one of your minions belong to the soldier class. It's just like a. Yeah, that's really good. Select one of your minions belong to soldier class. Win in battle against another minion regardless of PP during its turn. Now this could be really spicy. To just delete a super big minion that your opponent chooses to block with. Yeah, this is pretty scary. 3 drop for 1. If you have a minion belong to demigod, it becomes a 6/2. I mean, the thing is, a 3 drop for 1 with resurge is already pretty good. So getting that bonus effect, I think this is pretty solid. 4 drop 5/1. Your opponent must block when this card's stacking. Yeah, it's okay. 4 drop. All your minions get plus 100 BP. For the duration of this turn, you receive the following effect. Whenever one of your minions wills battle against another minion, deal 1 damage to your opponent's life. Yeah, this is pretty scary. Against some decks, this will be like, that's it, GG. Yeah, a lot of really scary white stuff here. 6 drop. When attacking and when blocking, you can put one of your forces in the rest state. If you do this minion into the active state. Wowza. Okay. So a strong trade-off there, but this could just steal the game, so worth. Yep, really good. 7 drop 7/2. Whenever this minion wins a battle against another minion, put one of your opponent's minions in the rest state. So they kind of just have to take the attack. And when retreating, none of your minions can be selected as targets for your opponent's magic cards duration of this turn. That could be really annoying. Android though means it doesn't get that hunter synergy thing where your opponent has to block, so yeah. And now the Wildlands cards. When this mana enters rest state, return one magic card, mana cost 3 alive from trust your hand. Nah, not useful early on, so nah. Put one of your opponent's minions with a cost 4 alive in the rest state. This is okay, but again, I don't feel like it's worth playing because it's not going to be that useful early. When summoned, if you have a neutral mana, they're not minion cards in your base, draw a card. So you just press mana and then play this and draw and then chuck it into the thing. This is really good. 2 drop. The DP damage dealt to you and your opponent's life by minions 3 is reduced by 1. This is really good because you swing with it as long as they don't delete it. They or actually don't even swing with it. Basically, just don't block with it, and like, yeah, that's pretty scary. That's really annoying, rather. 3 drop 3/1. When summoned, deal 201 of your opponent's minions. This could be okay because if you play it early, but seems a bit weak. 3 drop 3/1. You can search your deck for 1 magic card that costs 2. Reveals your opponent out your hand. So searching for any 2-cost magic. This is going to be something that you should basically just keep an eye on, I guess. Anytime some crazy 2-drop magic comes out that maybe makes a whole deck worthwhile, then you effectively get 6 copies of it with this card. 3 drop Platoon of the Wise. When someone discard any number of cards from your hand, then draw the same number of cards and put the discard cards on the bottom of the deck. You don't even lose them. This is a mulligan? Yeah, of course that's good. What the hell? That's amazing. It's just a mulligan. It's a fucking turn 2 mulligan. What? That's amazing. 4 drop. When summoned, this minion receives plus 100 BP for each minion your opponent has on the field. Nah. 5 drop. In turn, this minion cannot be blocked by a color minion. Could be scary, but probably won't be. 5 drop 6/2. Whenever your opponent uses a magic card, this minion gets plus 100 BP plus 1 DP. Again, could get out of hand pretty quickly. Could be really scary, but I think there are just going to be better aggro options for you to use in your deck. 6 drop 7/2 on your turn. If you have a minion being with the demigod class in the field, the basic cost of this card on your hand is reduced by 3. Okay, so if you have a demigod for 3, getting a 7/2 is obviously amazing. And even 6 getting a 7/2 is not that bad. I'd say it's worth the risk to play this for getting it for 3. I'd say that's worth it. 6 drop 6/2. When retreating, put 1 field minion card and the original cost of 6 or lower from your hand onto the field. I mean, yeah, that's just good. That's just like, I mean, it accelerates you a mana, but it doesn't give you the on summon or the chains, so why would I just not play the card? If this was like, if this was 3 mana, this would be amazing. This was like 1 mana, this would be amazing or something. Not 1 mana, but if it was like 2 to 4 mana, this would be really good. 6 mana is just too late, man. 7 drop, 7/2 charge resurge. 7 drop 5/2, the end of turn, deal 200 to all minions that do not belong to the monster class. 7 drop 7/2, destroy one of your opponent's minions with 1200 BP or lower, receive 1 damage to all your forces. Okay. I mean, it just deletes anything when you play it, so that's really good. So even if this just, but taking 1 to all your forces kind of sucks, man. 10 drop, deal X damage to your opponent's life where X number of minions belong to the beast 5 cast that you have on the field. Interesting. I don't know how viable that deck would be, but I could definitely see a deck where you just go dead. So that'd be interesting. But yeah, okay, that is Beyond. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Add me on Zenonzard. That's my friend code. Feel free to add me. Yeah, I'm going to be going through and doing or getting all these set reviews out. Hopefully before, hopefully like in the next week or so. It's not basically, you can kind of hop in and not be too far behind and sort of be caught up to date and have a rough understanding of what's good and what isn't. But yeah, okay, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, all that kind of stuff. And yeah, worth doing because I do stream my ranked climbs, so you know, I'm in the middle of silver at the moment, looking to get to gold at the time of this recording. Obviously, hopefully I'll be in legend by the time you see this, but yeah, alright guys, I will see you in the next one. Cheers.